Good morning, welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Tuesday. Could we turn those lights on? I'm sorry. Today is Tuesday, February 8th, 2011. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. It's 4:30 p.m. in London, 12:30 p.m. in Bermuda, and 10:30 in Mexico City. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, please phone in toll-free at 1-866-67-CATEX, or overseas our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. Early this morning, the Chinese central bank raised the central interest rate 25 basis points. It's 1/4%. It's still below the rate of inflation, however. It's roiled the stock markets a little bit. The stock market in New York is up about 30 points. Today's birthdays, continuing to defy actuarial statistics. Nick Nolte is 70 years old today. He and Keith Richards must have some secret that maybe they should share with the rest of us. We'll go to our main news. The main news is several hours ago there was a 5.6 earthquake in Chile. There have been no reports of any damage or injuries yet. The quake is about 405 miles north of Santiago. It was in the Atacama region of Chile. It was a 5.6, as I mentioned. Again, no indications whatsoever of any information whatsoever from Chile. We picked this up off the U.S. Geological Survey website. Flagstone is making some news. They've warned of a $35 million hit to their fourth quarter 2010 earnings from events in Australia and New Zealand. They still expect to report growth in book value per share for the quarter, though. Full results are due to come in at the close of trading on Monday in New York. They're traded on the NYSE. The losses comprise a $10 million impact from flooding in Australia and a $25 million charge resulting from the expectation that aggregate coverage will be triggered as a result of the number of events that hit Australia and New Zealand during 2010. According to the statement from the company, due to the timing and nature of these events, Flagstone is currently assessing its exposure and will provide a loss estimate when the assessment is concluded. For the first 9 months of last year, Flagstone's reinsurance segment generated an underwriting profit of about $29.4 million compared with an underwriting profit of over $150 million for the first 9 months of last year. Actually, that would be of 2009. Partner Re made an announcement saying that profits fell by 45% year on year. It too felt the impact of large loss events. The CEO of the company indicated that Constantine Maranthis indicated that they've seen a continuation of moderately declining pricing in terms of the January 1st, 2011 renewals. This is not good news. Following a year which saw Partner Re generate a net profit of $852 million compared to over $1.5 billion in 2009. Maranthis said that the group's full-year combined ratio was 95%. It deteriorated from 81.8% in 2009. That largely was due to the impact of the catastrophe events. Lloyd's insurer Chaucer is very popular. They confirmed yesterday that it had recently received a number of approaches regarding a bid for the company. There was no official confirmation from either side. However, the Insurance Insider is reporting that one of the suitors is Terra Firma, a private equity firm in the hands of this man, Guy Hands. My goodness. Terra Firma recently lost control of the record company EMI to its creditor, main creditor, Citigroup. Chaucer's shares were up about 16.5% yesterday. The company value is up at about $541 million US. Chaucer would be attractive to people like Terra Firma because a significant portion of its business is in motor insurance, which has short tail consequences, so to speak. Beazley, domiciled now in Ireland, has reported a pre-tax gain of over $250 million US for 2010, up from $158 million last year in 2009. Net premiums written rose 5% year on year to $1.4 billion US. The combined ratio improved 2 percentage points to 88%. Investment income did decline to $37.5 million. Prior year reserve releases increased from $105 million in 2009 to $145 million in 2010. Andrew Horton, the CEO, said the company sees acquisition opportunities in 2011. RSA is making some news. They announced the appointment of Stuart Purdy as the CEO for the Asia and Middle East region, AME. Purdy will replace John Hancock, who is the interim CEO, in May. Purdy has 25 years of experience in the industry. He's currently Director of Products and Investment for Aviva's Pan-European Investment, Reinsurance, and Business Carriers. The stock market in New York, as I mentioned, is up about 31 points. We'll go to a word from our sponsors.
Design for peace.
Here's Pat Ryan. He's in the news. Ryan Specialty Group's wholesale brokerage unit announced plans to buy the whole insurance business of American E&S insurance brokers from Wells Fargo. Ryan Specialty Group's acquisition includes the offices in San Francisco, Fresno, Irvine, as well as New York, Denver, Atlanta, and Seattle. RT Specialty will hire nearly all of the employees there. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Pat Ryan called the deal a strategic move to expand specialty wholesale operations. He said, quote, having positioned our capabilities in metropolitan locations nationally, we will reinforce our presence in those locations and also establish our presence in other key locations. According to analysts, the deal is definitely in line with the former Aon Corporation CEO's intentions to take advantage of opportunities in the fragmented wholesale segment. Just down the street, or actually a little bit down the street in Chicago from Mr. Ryan, CNA Financial Corporation announced that its fourth quarter earnings rose 23%. Because of improvements in its P&C operations due to increased investment income. CNA also resumed its quarterly dividend. Their net income for the quarter climbed to $302 million, or $1.09 a share. That's up from 81 cents a share in the prior year period. Its net operating income was $1.18 a share. Analysts had been expecting 59 cents a share. CNA declared a quarterly dividend of 10 cents a share, resuming payments for the first time in 4 years. The dividends will be paid on March 2nd. Up in Hartford, Connecticut, Governor of Connecticut Dan Malloy, pictured here on the right, announced his appointment of Thomas Leonardi as the new insurance commissioner of Connecticut. Leonardi currently is the CEO of Northington Partners, which is an insurance, venture capital, and investment bank. He previously worked as president of the insurance company subsidiaries of Beneficial Insurance Corporation. At Beneficial, he was responsible for the company's property and casualty, life, reinsurance, marketing, litigation, and international operations. That's called wearing a lot of hats. Well, in the final story, we were going to start talking about how it looks as if Egypt is settling in for the long haul. The banks are back open again. The Vice President Sullivan, is actually having government meetings. The crowd in Tahrir Square had dwindled down to just several thousand, maintaining a sort of permanent presence. However, just before we came on the air, tens of thousands of Egyptians stormed Tahrir Square, indicating that in no way, shape, or form are they prepared to sit and wait this out until September, when President Mubarak's term ends. Meanwhile, the world, specifically the West, keeps counseling caution, saying that the transition has to be meticulous and perhaps somewhat protracted, but the Egyptians don't seem to be interested in that. They keep looking to the West, to Tunisia, which, although in a state of some confusion, if not chaos, in fact has effectuated a change of government. The Egyptians are wondering why it can't happen for them. It may soon. That's all the news we have for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.